The Russia-Ukraine conflict. We can start with different topics, to start that thing. If you spoke about the war, it's really difficult because, there are different aspects you have to think about. The Russians don't want to destroy the civilized people in Ukraine because they need them. If they stay there, they will need them. So they try not to mix up with the people. For the Ukrainians, it's different, they have to fight for everything. So who's right, who's wrong? It's a good question. In the past, the Russian minorities were not treated well. Everyone was looking away. The UN was looking away, the NATO was looking away, the European Union was looking away, America was looking away, Great Britain was looking away, everyone. So I think the Russians want to solve that problem, with the minority. They are going for years and years and years and years as genocide, what's called today, but use the words whatever you like, because expressions are coming and going. At the end of the day, it's not treating people well, it doesn't matter what you are, So the Russians are making it clear for them, they don't want to lose that part of the world, ex-part of Russia or Soviet Union, part of the Czars of Russia, made by the Russians. Everything is basically Russian, It's, from coming from Moscow, like all the old Soviet Union or the Imperium or Empire of the Tsars, Moscow or St. Petersburg were the head for all that territories. So even the heritage, it's very clear, all are basically Rus. All of them are Rus, it's like Vikings. So it's a fight between brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers, etc., etc. In the military case, Ukraine has the same weapons like Russia. Russia has the same weapons. The question is who's better trained, that's a good question. On the long time, the Russians will win the war. It's very easy for them, but as I mentioned, they don't want to mess up with the people. So, it's not that easy, They knew the world is looking to them. There's critics around the world. So the Russians try not to delete too much civilians, They don't want that because they need the people there, after getting Ukraine back, whatever that means. So for the Ukrainians, they have to fight with everything, So they have to fake things, fake photos, fake everything, to survive. We can't understand that, In case of surviving, you have to use all what you have, So that's not easy for both sides, Basically, they have the same. Basically, they have the same training or similar training, Now maybe the Ukrainians have more weapons or anti-tank, anti-aircraft missiles from the West, very late, so etc. Ukraine is a good server of the United States of America and England or Great Britain, for oil, for spy stuff, how to keep Russia in good hands. So it's very important for Great Britain and USA. So there are two different worlds coming together: the Anglo-Saxon world against the Russian world. Yeah, the business world, against more the conservative world of Russia. Traditional thinking. That's the different. What is better? We don't know what's better. But one is sure, the Russians are not playing with energy, So the big, expensive energy is coming, all that stuff from the United States, and Great Britain. They want to make the big money with the energy and blame others. So that's a big important thing. So I think the Russians need some time because they want to make it nice, for the people. Whatever that means, in the war, it's never good, never good, never good. It destroys too much things, and people die. So, would you arm people with weapons who had no experience? It's not a playground. It's a too serious thing. I don't know if I would do it if I were the president to save my life. It's not the country. These are borders. It's land. But your life or the life of people, is that maybe more important? Is your life more important? Me, as political scientist, I don't care if I'm in Russia and the States or Japan, I'm a scientist or whatever, and I'm not in the political parties. I advise people not, but do you want to give up your life for a border, for a flag, for everything? I not would support that. So I would say, don't take it too easy, The president, it doesn't matter which country, Putin or the Ukrainian president, they're safe, they're very safe. Their families are safe. All the people around them are safe. The normal people, they are not safe. If their house is broken, they have nothing. If their dad is dead, there's no dad and no money, or the mama, or the kids. But for the big ones, it's very easy to say, hey, you guys, you fight, fight for your country, fight for your flag, because it's their business. They are the heads. They want to keep that power. Nobody wants to lose power if you are president or ministers or whatever, and that's a level. You want to stay in the 10,000 high society people, So it doesn't matter what country you mention, it's always the same people. Ron Machiavelli said all are the same in power, So everyone should think, if you support, with your life, a country, borders, flag, or wishes from presidents, they had enough time to solve it or not. They messed up. So they had a lot of big mistakes. They did big mistakes. And now they have a war. And now, they want that you fight for them. So why they don't sit on a table and play chess? Or whatever, they don't do it. It's too much power they don't want to lose. It doesn't matter who the president is. They think always about themselves. They're not thinking about normal people. They want to be in power. They want to stay in power. And they will do everything. They have, most of them are rich. They're easily people, now they're rich. They have millionaires or billionaires or whatever, You think they give something money back to the people? No. No, they will tax you higher. They will take everything. They charge you for everything, and these charges are for them. These taxes are for them. And every sign they do, big signings, contracts, they get 3%, guys. 3% for every sign you made. This is non-written law. So if you have something important, you sign a contract about buying 100,000 trucks or 20,000 trucks, you will get 3%. That's your commission. That's normal in business. So, but back to the fights, seriously, the Ukraine has to fight, the Ukraine army, but don't involve people, civilians who had no idea how to use a gun. This is too dangerous. Don't play with people's life. It sounds good in a film, Hollywood. Wow, we are fighting for freedom and liberty. This is not about freedom and liberty. Think about your life. If you're dead, and maybe you have a family, then I would say, oh yeah, Dad had no idea how to use a gun and he fought against the Russians or whatever, he died, What do you think that your kids will say? Why Papa did that? Why he was not staying at home? So we would enjoy him. We would have him. And now you get a letter from the government. Oh, you have to say, your dad died in the fight against the Russians or whatever, If your father was very tough. You cannot buy anything with that. Nothing. Who can buy something with that? The people in power. If they stay longer and longer in power, they will be richer and richer and richer. And the normal people have to work. For the normal people, it doesn't change. If they're Russian, Ukraine, Belarusians, or Chinese, or Americans, or Italians, or Spaniards, or Germans. For the normal people, it doesn't matter. They have to go to work every day. Nobody's paying their rent. Nobody's paying anything for them. They have to feed all. Working people have to feed all the country. They have to feed with their work, the politicians, all the corruption, all the business, all etc. And they get only small amounts of money. You know, that's the life of most people on this earth. They have to work hard. So in a war, you know, I understand you have to fight for your country. For that, you have the soldiers or the military, maybe the police. Seriously, as I was very young, I would say, yes, get a gun and fight for your liberty and freedom and borders and flag and etc. etc. Today, I would say, don't waste your time. You'll live only once in your life. Think about your family. Think about yourself. Don't give up your life for nothing. Because all these problems mostly are created by the leading people. Yes, by the leading people. They're called leaders. And they messed up. And then, if they messed up and they're not able to solve any problem, then they ask the people, we need your help. We need your support. Fight for your country. Fight for your red flag. Or whatever they say. They're safe. They get a lot of money. And they knew they have millions to hide. And they knew you have nothing. The only thing that normal people can give is their life, their hands and work. So think first about what you do, you know. Think about yourself. Think about your family. Think about your community. We are one and the same earth. The earth has no borders, no flags, no nationalities, no colors, no whatever. So why people are fighting for something created by people like borders, flags, military, etc., etc. All this money they spent for weapons and wars, they could spend for the people, for kids, for a better life, for you. Hope you liked that report here. As a political scientist, it's always nice, you know, you can discuss things like you want, you know. I traveled in 54 countries. I knew all these countries in East Europe. I was basically in most countries in Europe. I had billions of friends. I traveled there. I worked there in all America. As I mentioned, 54 countries. And I worked for politicians. I worked for companies. I'm advisor, consultant, on teacher, actor, etc. I have a lot of experience, you know. And this is what I want to share, you know. Hope you like it. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Take care.